All right, looks like we are live, Children of the Corn. So this is Andrew Houston from Profit Contractors, and just doing a little bit of Facebook Live for you tradies out there. Today I want to talk about something that's right at your fingertips that you guys can utilize to really accelerate your business. And it's all about today. We're going to be focusing on your suppliers. Yeah, your suppliers. Your suppliers are part of your team. And a lot of people might go, yeah, okay, I know that, Andrew, but what's the big deal? Well, let me tell you a little bit of a story. One of our clients, John, electrical contractor, I've been working with him now for a few months. And one of the challenges that he had was, he didn't feel like he was getting the right pricing. He didn't feel like he was getting the support that he needed from his suppliers, constantly disappointed in some of the services that they had. In a lot of cases, he wasn't even aware of the services that they had. And so here's John working really, really hard. Sometimes material that he ordered that he thought he had ordered wasn't getting delivered on time, and it was really causing a ton of chaos. So from a pricing perspective, from a delivery perspective, you know what it's like, right? You go to the suppliers, you go to pick up what you need, it's not there, or maybe you're sending your guys, which by the way you should be doing. Okay, the owner should not be going and picking up material because you guys are the most valuable person in the company. Okay, no question about that. So he was really frustrated. Right, it was taking up time on the job sites. Not getting the right material delivered on time. He wasn't able to, win certain jobs because he didn't feel like he had the right pricing. Anyways, the complaints went on and on and on, and really, it came down to wasting a ton of time, wasting a ton of effort on his team's time side, and in a lot of cases, the clients would get frustrated because the inability for them to get the job done when they said they were going to get the job done. So what do we do about this? The first thing is what goes on between your two ears. Yeah, that's your mindset. You've got to understand that if you want to have something to change in your business, I don't give a shit what it is, you've got to have the right set of lenses. You've got to be looking at it the right way. And I think one of the greatest assets, and there's lots of great assets for contractors to tap into, but one of the greatest assets is your suppliers. Okay? So one of the things we had to do was get John to realize that his suppliers weren't really against him. They wanted to be on his side because the more that John could be successful, the more that they could be successful. So the mindset, had to be shifted that he had to see these suppliers as part of his team. Okay? So what was the next steps that John had to take? I'm going to give you a couple of, 3 key steps that John had to take. First of all, he had to sit down on a regular basis with his suppliers to build a relationship. That's right, to build a relationship. Instead of bitching and complaining, cursing and swearing that things weren't delivered, which, by the way, it turned out that in a lot of cases it wasn't the supplier's fault. It was the fact that he was not giving the right information to his team to pick up the material. If there was some special fittings that he used all the time, but it wasn't a common fitting that others used as far as electrical contractor. So he didn't communicate that to the suppliers, but once they got sat down, once he laid out the list of what he needed from his suppliers, clearly said, I need this from you guys. This is my expectations from you, and this is how you can help me be more successful. Things started to change. Okay? Once he started expressing on a regular basis and building that relationship, okay, with not just, his sales guy, but actually having a meeting with the manager of his supplier. Okay, to actually change the relationship at a high enough level where decisions can be made. Once that started to happen, the relationship between the supplier and John started to change. The services started to change. They started coordinating and properly communicating. When things needed to be picked up, when things needed to be delivered. Get a tongue twister there. What special stock that he needed on his shelves. When it came to pricing, when John was able to sit down with him, instead of trying to get a better price on, X wire or, B fittings or, what electrical panels, what have you, he was able to sit down with them. He was able to explain to them, look, I've been around for this long. I've bought this much material from you guys. Here's my vision of where I see my company going. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you guys to help me get there. The game changed. Okay? He started getting better pricing. He started getting, those connectors, those fittings that he used, those specialty products actually put up on the shelf. He started getting his guys to not have to go to the suppliers because the supplier was able to coordinate with his office when material needed to be delivered, and it became a game changer. It's helped him with his sales. It's helped him with his profits. And not only that, now the supplier is looking out for him. So if, John has sent a customer that way to the supplier, to take a look at different fixtures and what have you, the supplier is supporting John and his business. The supplier is talking about John like he's a raving fan, right? Because, again, looking at your suppliers, looking at this definition of team is super critical for contractors out there. And you've got to use every opportunity to grow your team, especially if it's not a team that's not on your payroll, okay? So leverage your suppliers. Reach out to them. Build relationships with them. And don't just do it ad hoc. Plan it. Plan it out. When you start planning it out, even if it's just once a month, sitting down with these people, it's going to be a game changer for your business, right? And again, they're going to know where you're going, so they're going to be able to tell you what they can do to help you get there. And if you don't do that, if you're just looking at them as being somebody that's just, giving you material, then that's all you're going to get out of it, right? So the level of awareness, the level of insight, the level of how driven you are to build a relationship is going to be directly related to how these people work with you or don't work with you. Okay? So, with that being said, to help you guys with this, again, if you're in the Ottawa area, I've been talking about this. We're going to have the suppliers panel. Super cool. We got this event coming up on February the 21st here in Ottawa. Don't hesitate to register. I think we're about 60%, 70% sold out, and it's a long ways away. It's not for another 20 or so days. So make sure you get booked in here. We're going to actually have three awesome suppliers there. We're going to have Merkley Supply, Preston Hardware. We're going to have the Wood Source, and we're going to have the owners of these companies actually speaking to you guys on how you guys can leverage your suppliers. Okay, if you're interested in this event coming to your area outside of Ottawa, say Toronto or what have you, anywhere. In Canada, let us know, and we can look at putting something like this together. It's going to be a great night. It's all going to be about leveraging your time. It's all going to be about building relationships, networking, and getting insights from people that, especially on the supplier side, that, all takes it. By the way, guys, right? It only takes one strategy to start changing your business, right? It only takes one strategy to to be able to, move your business in the right direction. So let's get your business moving in the right direction. Let me just make sure that I'm sharing the right screen with you. Yeah, I think I got the right screen. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I'm not sure if I'm sharing the right window here. Anyways, if I'm not sharing the right window, if I'm screwing this up, then what I want you guys to do is, actually, here we go. I think I just figured it out, right? There we go. Okay, so go to profitforcontractors.com. So go here, click on the link. Again, if you're interested in coming out, if you're interested in getting these insights from your suppliers in the Ottawa area, February the 21st, register, and we will see you guys there. Other than that, please give us some comments. Would love to get your feedback on what you guys think of these tips. Please share it with whoever you can, and I will talk to you guys on the flip side.